ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Fort Theatre. This is just a fire announcement. Should anything happen, which it probably won't, the door that you've come in is one of the exits, and if you look over to your left-hand side of the screen, you'll see the other fire exit. So if you can safely make your way through these exits, should anything happen, and congregate at Brackenbury House. Thank you.
Kingdom in 1914 was a very different place. The rich were very rich and the poor were very poor. There were no benefits in place. Everyone worked to earn a wage and took on jobs, no matter what kind of work that might entail. The wages, which for some proved to be a mere pittance, yet they in their own way were happy. All they asked for was a roof over their heads and food in their bellies. In towns and cities, there was a strong community spirit, but life was about to change, as almost every citizen in the country would suffer the loss of a beloved father, brother, son, or uncle within the next 4 years. How did it all happen? Well, the historians would have us believe that the assassination of Prince Franz Ferdinand of Serbia was the catalyst which led to the outbreak of war. But I fail to understand why this event should lead to such a large loss of life over the entire continent of Europe. Historians also tell us that Queen Victoria's favourite grandchild, Dear Willie, as she called him, aka the autocratic Kaiser Wilhelm II of Germany, was envious of his cousin George's title, Emperor of India. Indeed, all of the European states were colonialists, but Germany held no territories in the Far East. For example, French Indochina, the Dutch East Indies. So, by subjugating his European neighbours, Wilhelm's dream might be realised. He also wished to recreate the entire span of the ancient Roman Empire by conquering all of Europe for Germany. By accomplishing this, he could really emulate his royal cousin in London. It is interesting to note that prior to 1914, Germany was Britain's closest ally, and Britain was the only major European power not yet involved in conflict. But ultimately, our country simply couldn't stand by and see France and Belgium being invaded. And so war was declared on the 4th of August, 1914.
Oh! give me the letter. Maggie, give me the letter! Look, I'm sorry, right? It's a list of chores that I said I'd give for favour. Anyway, you know still kicking about wee gawky Jamie?
Right, you.
Maggie,
Take that back!
Go on, take it back!
Aye,
Alright, you win!
Right, what's going on here? What's all this noise?
Nothing. Well, I was thinking, because Maggie fancies, if Maggie fancies, she can help me out in the yard.
Ah, that's a good idea. This firm doesn't run itself, you know. Anyway, Maggie, yes, a cup of tea, better. What, Maggie? Who's this Jamie?
Oh, get your own tea.
Right. 15 across. Enlisted man, 7 letters. Enlisted man, 7 letters.
Dad,
Aye, son, what is it? Enlisted man, 7 letters ending in R. Officer? No, that doesn't fit.
Dad,
Aye, son, what is it?
enlisted man, 7 words. Soldier.
Soldier. Ah, that's good, son. Well done. That's excellent. Yeah, that fits. Right. Now, number 3 down. 5 left.
Where's Davy? Isn't it his room?
Take that there.
The 15th of May, 1915. Dear Diary, I was feeling a bit emotional when Mum and Dad saw me off at the Glasgow Central Station. And it was so nice of some of the nurses from Stop Hill to come along too. I was feeling much better when the train reached Dover, as I had made some friends with other nurses from other hospitals in Glasgow. There was much laughter and excitement because most of us hadn't been out of Scotland before, but a wee bit nervous as we didn't know what lay ahead. The sea was a bit choppy on the boat to France, but we arrived safe and sound. Oh, it was a different world, with all the soldiers and army personnel milling around. We were taken to the field hospital and were met by a matron. She looked so efficient, but she had a kind face. She showed us our accommodation, which was basic and clean, and issued us with our uniform. I have to be on duty at 8 AM tomorrow morning, so I will sign off now. But I don't think I'll be here very long, because everyone says the war will be over by Christmas.
Billy! Billy! What time's it?
Oh, I don't know. I need to get some sleep.
Here. See that lassie for the post office? Did you ever talk to her?
Aye, once or twice. Now come on, I'm knackered. Come get a bye.
How old is she?
Older than us. Now come on, get a sock in it.
Right, sorry. Where was she, Faye?
Edinburgh, alright, an Irish lassie for Edinburgh. Shut it.
Oh. So she was older than us?
David.
Hmm.
It's just, I mean, you're glad you joined us, aren't you?
Of course I am. Don't be daft.
Because I was thinking that maybe I made you do it.
Don't be daft. You think I'd let you come out here and be the war hero and leave me back myself? No chance.
Thanks, mate. I feel better that you're here.
Well, to be fair, I'm just here to make sure nothing bad happens. Stand to! Stand to! Up you lazy lot! Stand to!
Why do we do this, McFarlane? Explain. Why? Why?
Well, stand to, isn't it? Just in case they attack.
But we're going to attack them tomorrow or the day after. Oh, they know that. Why would they attack us when they know that we're attacking them?
What? Hey, Hog. Enemies up there!
waiting for?
We're all clear. But once we've got that, it's breaky.
Stand down!
Oh, go on. Have a look, McFarlane. Tell us what you see.
Don't be daft.
Oh, go on. Do you want to know what the German lines look like? Just a quick look, I'll give you 2 bob.
Here, you can have a look if you
Oh,
want
but
to.
you're right there.
2 bob, nae tick.
2 bob, it's yours. Tell us what you see.
It's a daft bit of grass near wire.
Is that all?
You better have 2 bob.
Aye.
Oh, here. It's different. Grass hill. The wind's blowing. There's flowers. No sign of war at all. Here it's lovely.
That's not worth 2 bob, mate. Oh, no. Jesus.
What the fuck's going on here? McFarlane, stand here, right? Was this your bright idea, Bob?
I don't know what happened. He heard the all clear, looked to the loophole, and bang.
Aye, right. Aye, right, eh? Playing silly buggers, eh? Well, I'll tell you what, Hog, see you the next time. I'm going to have you up there, and that sniper taking practice on you, eh? And they get my fucking sight now! Right, McFarlane, eh? Stupid! Stupid, eh? Do you want to go home, sir?
Aye, sir.
Right. Who my sight? You take.
Sir,
What?
I was wondering, what's it like out there against them?
Look, son. See when the time comes, you just keep walking, eh? Do you hear that? That's us battering them. If they're not already dead, they'll surrender when they see us coming here. You've got nothing to worry about, son. Right. On you go. Go and get some shot. Go ahead. McFarlane. See that bastard sniper? It's the first time he's missed. Just goes to show you, son, eh? He's round.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah. Clear that mess up.
What mess up?
That fucking mess!
On Christmas Day, when the western front that has all died away, and lying in the mud on banks of sand, we heard a German sing from no man's land. He had a tenor voice so pure and true. The words were strange, but every note we knew. So ring all the living dead and dumb. The German sang of peace from no man's land. Silent night, no cannons roar. A king is born of peace forevermore. All's calm, all's bright, our brothers hand in hand. In 1915 on no man's land. They left their trenches and then we left ours. Beneath tin hats our smiles bloomed like wildflowers, with photos, cigarettes and pots of wine. We built a soldier's truce on the front line. Their singer was a lad of 21. We begged another song before the dawn, and sitting in the mud with blood and fear, he sang again the song all long to hear. Still in night, heilige Nacht, no cannons roar. A king is born of peace forevermore. All's calm, all's bright, our brothers hand in hand. In 1915, in no man's land. But in the morning all the guns boomed in the ring, and they killed us and we killed them again, with bayonet, gun and bullet, gas and flame. And neither they nor we were all to blame. There was heavy fighting right throughout the day. For one night's peace we bloodily did pay. At night the charge, we fought them hand to hand. And I killed the boy who sat in no man's land. Silent night, no cannons roar. A king is born of peace forevermore. All's calm, all's bright, our brothers hand in hand. That young soldier sings, the song of peace still rings, though the captains and no kings built no man's land. Sleep in heavenly
When the war first started in 1914, hundreds of thousands of young men were called up to fight for king and country. Most of them went to the war thinking it would be a bit of an adventure, a bit of an escape from their everyday life. However, not everyone felt that way. And there was a lot of men who wanted to be excused from active service on the grounds of conscientious objections. Now, this usually involved either some kind of moral or religious reasons, claiming that they couldn't contemplate the possibility of killing or even harming their fellow man. Now, as you can imagine, this didn't go down very well with a lot of the soldiers who had signed up, especially when they came home and leave, having spent some time out in the trenches of France or Belgium. This, what I'm about to read to you now, is an extract from a newspaper article and a poem sent in by two young Kirkintilloch lads who had been home and leave and returned to the trenches of France, and it's all about the conscientious objector. Dear Mr. Editor, I hope you will find space in your valuable paper for an expression of the feelings of two corny lads who have been lately on leave. They don't want to say anything about what they have seen out here, but would like to say something regarding what they saw at home, and have tried to put into verse their feelings on the conscientious objector. I had occasion to speak to one of them when I was at home, and I felt so disgusted to think that he was a townie of mine that I had to walk away and leave him. We value our life just as much as he does, but we've been out here for over 12 months. In days gone by, in the long ago, my fellow men I thought to know, but that was in the days that are no more. The beautiful days before the war. One met with the blackguard, the rogue, the snob, but not with the conscientious awe. Who steals my purse? I could forgive. For even a pickpocket needs must live. But I have no use for this thing that crawls, this thing who, when his country calls, replies with a mixture of smirk and snob. If you please, I'm a conscientious awe. A shuddery, shivery, holy white livery, conscientious awe. It doesn't believe in war and strife. It never could think of taking life. But it's quite content. He even thinks it's right for somebody else to go and fight. But while you're fighting, who'll sneak your job? Why? The peaceable conscientious awe. The alleged indispensable, quite indefensible, conscientious awe. Oh, stick it in a frontline trench, knee-deep in mud, half-choked with stench, mid flying bullets and screeching shell, give it a taste of modern hell. In half an hour he'll join the mob, who scorns the conscientious awe, the cowardly, self-seeking other man's job, the sneaking conscientious awe.
Bayonets! Bayonets! Right, my father. I'm up first, and you're right behind me, right? Right, Sarge. You alright, son? Aye, Sarge. I'm fine. Ready as I'll ever be. That's the spirit. Sarge, what do we do now? We wait. Sarge, I was thinking something should happen to me. Nothing's going to happen to you, son. You'll be alright. I know the sort that gets through, and you're the sort that gets through. Nothing's going to happen to you. Listen, what are you doing? Sarge, it's a letter from my father. Out! Out! Out!
Bent double, like old beggars under sacks. Knock-kneed, coughing like hags, we cussed through sludge, till on the haunting flares we turned our backs, and towards our distant rest began to trudge. Men marched asleep, many had lost their boots, but limped on, bloodshot. All went lame, all blind, drunk with fatigue, deaf even to the hoots of gas shells dropping softly behind. Gas! Gas! Quick, boys! An ecstasy of fumbling, fitting the clumsy helmets just in time. But someone still was yelling out and stumbling, and floundering like a man in fire or lime. Dim through the misty panes and thick green light, as under a green sea I saw him drowning. In all my dreams before my helpless sight, he plunges at me, guttering, choking, drowning. If in some smothering dreams you too could pace behind the wagon that we flung him in, and watch the white eyes writhing in his face, his hanging face like a devil sick of sin, if you could hear at every jolt the blood come gurgling from the froth-corrupted lungs, bitter as the cut of vile, incurable sores on innocent tongues, my friend, you would not tell with such high zest to children ardent for some desperate glory the old lie, dulce et decorum est, pro patria mori.
The 2nd of April, 1916. Dear Diary, my heart is breaking. I've been informed by a matron that my nephew David has been killed in action. My lovely nephew, who was only 18 years old, my poor brother, will be devastated. I wish I could be with him at this sad time. Matron has given me 2 days compassionate leave. How could I grieve in 2 days for the 18 years of David's life? But I have to go on. There's so many young men suffering. When I'm in bed trying to sleep, all I see is blood, death and slaughter. Oh God, please end this terrible war.
On a sunny afternoon, midst the honeysuckle bloom, where all nature seemed at rest, neath a little rustic bar, by the perfume of the flower, a maiden sat with one she loved the best. As they sang their songs of love, from an arbour up above, came a bee which lit upon the vine. As it sipped the honeydew, they both vowed they would be true, and he whispered to her words she thought divine. You are my honeysuckle, I am the bee. I like to sip the honey sweet from those red lips you see. I love you dearly, dearly, and I want you to love me. You are my honeysuckle, I am the bee. So beneath the skies so blue, these two lovers fond and true, with their hearts so full of bliss, sat together side by side. He asked her to be his bride. She answered yes and sealed it with a kiss. For her heart had yielded soon, neath the honeysuckle moon, and it will wander on through day by day. And he vowed just like the bee, I will build a home for thee. The bee seemed to listen then and say, all together, you are my honeysuckle, I am the bee. I like to sip the honey sweet from those red lips you see. I love you dearly, dearly, and I hope that you love me. You are my honeysuckle, I am the bee.
You set my head in a twirl, my poor heart too. And when you told me the tale, you always do, I was a good little girl till I met you. So hold your hand out, you naughty boy. Hold your hand out, you naughty boy. Last night in the pale moonlight, I saw ya, I saw ya.
some paper and you're in, and so he made some haste. He bought some rolls of paper, got a dustpan and a brush, and with the mammy's knacker at it he made a rush. When father ate the parlour, you couldn't see him for paste. Dabbing it here, dabbing it there, paste and paper everywhere. Mother was stuck to the ceiling, the children stuck to the floor. I've never seen a blooming family so stuck up before. Soon father fell down off the steps and dropped his hat and can on little Henrietta sitting there with her young man. The paste stuck them together and we thought would be for life, and so we called the parson to make them man and wife. When father hit the parlour, you couldn't see him for paste. Dabbing it here, dabbing it there, paste and paper everywhere. Mother was stuck to the ceiling, the children stuck to the floor. I've never seen a blooming family so stuck up before. We're never gonna move away from this house anymore, for father's gone and stuck the chairs and tables to the floor. We can't find our piano, though it's big and rather tall. We think that it's behind the paper cast upon the wall. When father hit the parlour, you couldn't see him for paste. Dabbing it here, dabbing it there, paste and paper everywhere. Mother was stuck to the ceiling, the children stuck to the floor. I never saw a blooming family so stuck up before. My father stuck into the pub, he treaded in the paste, and all the family so upset they've all been hasty-faced. And Pa said now that Mama spread the word from north to south, he's wishing he had dropped a wall of paste in Mother's mouth. My father hit the parlour, you couldn't see him for paste. Dabbing it here, dabbing it there, paste and paper everywhere. Mother was stuck to the ceiling, the children stuck to the floor. I've never seen a blooming family so stuck up before. I've never seen a blooming family so stuck up before.
This is a little poem from First World War, and it might help to give you another aspect of what the soldiers thought. When this bloody war is over, no more soldiering for me. When I get my civic clothes on, oh, how happy I will be. No more church parades on Sunday. No more begging for a pass. And you can tell that Sergeant Major to stick his pass right up his arse. When this bloody war is over, no more soldiering for me. When I get my civic clothes on, oh, how happy I will be. No more NCOs to curse me. No more rotten army stew. And you can tell the old cook sergeant to stick his stew right up his flue. Oh, when this bloody war is over, no more soldiering for me. When I get my civic clothes on, oh, how happy I will be. No more sergeants bawling, pick it up, put it down. And if I ever meet the ugly bastard, and I'll kick his ass all over town. So, until that day, I wish you good night and goodbye.